Welcome to my video lecture. I am Dr. A. Velmurugan, Associate Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Chettikari, Dharmaburi. In this video lecture from upcoming semester Thermal Engineering 1, Unit 1 Gas and Steam Power Cycles from Module 1. So previously students studied about in the third semester thermodynamics, engineering thermodynamics. From the thermodynamics, you want to study about the all the cycles and gas power cycles are studied in the theoretically, but in this thermal engineering one you can study about the practically. For example, that how to the petrol engine is working, how to diesel engine is working, how to turbine is working, how to the air compressor is working, how to the steam power cycles and the boiler is working and the Rankine cycle is working. So based upon the unit one, we can discuss about the detailing about the air standard cycle or ideal cycles. For example, that is Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, and Brayton cycle. And also we have discussed about the Rankine cycle. From unit 2, you can discuss about the reciprocating air compressor and also how to increase the efficiency of the air compressor. From unit 3, you can study about the internal combustion engine. Based upon the internal combustion engine, what are all the emissions are happening and the combustion will be happening, and also the knocking, all the parameters we can discuss about the third unit. From the fourth unit, we can discuss about the performance and from the internal combustion engine, what are all the tests we should conduct about the internal combustion engine. From the fifth unit, we can discuss about the gas turbine cycles. From module 1, we can discuss about the unit 1 is air standard cycle, Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle and Brayton cycle. From Otto cycle is deals with petrol engine or gasoline engine. From diesel cycle is deals with diesel engine, and dual cycle is deals with the combinedly from the Otto cycle and the diesel cycle. From Brayton cycle is deals with the Joule cycle or gas turbines. And also we should analyze the all the cycles and the comparison of the Otto cycle and the diesel cycle. And finally we have discussed about the Rankine cycle. The Rankine cycle is generally used from the steam boilers and also to increase the efficiency of the steam boiler, that is a reheat cycle and a regenerative cycle. From list of contents, that is a classification of cycles, assumption made in air standard cycles, and also important terminology used for gas power cycle analysis. Finally, we have discussed about the actual cycles. From before we have discussed about the classification of the cycle, first of all, you should know about the introduction about this cycle. The cycle is defined as a repeated series of operation taking place in a certain order. Cycle is divided into two categories. First one is a ideal cycle, that is it is deals with the perfect engine, and also actual engine, it deals with the actual engine. From ideal cycle, we have to study about the thermodynamics from the simplicity of cycle analysis, but in the actual cycle it will be very complicated. Based upon the power cycle, in which the method of producing mechanical power by transferring heat from a reservoir to velocity of the fluid done through a thermodynamic cycle. Amount of heat received by the fluid is also rejected the sink. This cycle are called power cycle. Next cycle is a gas power cycle. In the gas power cycle, in which the working fluid in a power cycle is called gas power cycle. The gas is normally air or product of combustion of the fuel and air. The mainly the heat engine is working on the gas power cycle. The based upon the purpose of thermodynamic cycle is either to produce or to produce refrigeration or pumping of heat. Therefore, the cycles are broadly classified as follows. Generally, the cycles are represented from the PV diagram and the TS diagram. From the cycle is defined as the repeated series of operation. From here, the air is a working fluid. From the cycle, the air as a working fluid. So generally we have to compress the air from the process 1 and 2, that is a adiabatic or isentropic compression process. From the process 2 to 3, that is a heat supplied process. From the process 3 to 4, that is a adiabatic or isentropic expansion process. From the process 4 to 1, that is a heat rejection process. From here, the cycle will be repeated from process 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the cycle will be repeated from here. So generally, the gas power cycles are termed as a two types. One is a heat engine or power cycles. Second one is a refrigeration and heat pump cycles. From the application point of the heat engine, that is generally the petrol engine and diesel engines are open cycle process in which the air and fuels are taken into the engine from a fuel tank and the products of combustions are exhausted into the atmosphere. So generally from the petrol engine is working from single cylinder petrol engine. Generally the air fuel, that is a air and hydrocarbon molecules are combinedly enter to the combustion chamber. From the petrol engine, there is a four stroke. One is a suction, compression, expansion, and exhaust. So first stroke, that is a air fuel molecules are entered to the combustion chamber. With the help of that piston, it will be compressed the air fuel molecules. From the end of the compression stroke, with the help of the spark plug to ignite the molecules, the spark will be quenching all the hydrocarbon molecules. The combustion will be started. Next to the expansion process, finally the burned molecules are escaping, goes to the atmosphere. The same process happen on the steam locomotives. The steam will be produced from the boiler. From the after completion of the steam is entered to the steam engine. It will be goes to the steam. After final combustion of the steam is goes to the exhaust from the atmosphere. Before we go to the air standard cycle, first of all, you know about the assumption made in the air standard cycle. The first point is a air as the working fluid and it obeys the perfect gas losses. So generally the PV is equal to MRT. So air as a working fluid from here air standard cycle, and also from the air having the composition of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon and hydrocarbons. The second point is the engine is operated in a closed cycle. The cylinder is filled with a constant amount of working substance and the same fluid is used repeatedly and hence remains constant. The third point is the working of the fluid is homogeneous throughout all times and there is no chemical reaction takes place inside the cylinder. The next point is the compression and expansion process are assumed to be adiabatic. Next point is the values of the specific heat. The C suffix P is represented for the constant pressure process and the C suffix V is represented from the constant volume process. Generally from the specific heat from the air is 1.005 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin. From volume, the specific heat is 0.714 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin. All the process will be happen on internally and reversible and there is no mechanical or friction losses are occur throughout the process. The combustion is replaced from the process of heat addition process and the exhaust is replaced from the heat rejection process. From this slide, we have discussed about the important terminology of gas power cycle analysis. Before we go to the gas power cycle analysis, first of all, you should know about what are all the terminology used from the single cylinder engine. From the single cylinder engine, the first distance is top dead center, bottom dead center, stroke bore, intake valve, exhaust valve. From the place of TDC to BDC, that is a clearance volume, displacement volume. After that, compression ratio. Finally, we have discussed about the mean effective pressure. Based upon the figure, there is a cylinder bore. From the cylinder bore, that inside there is a piston is placed. From here, from the piston, from the cylinder bore, from this area, that is a top dead center, from bottom dead center. In between the distance TDC to BDC, that is a stroke volume. From the bore, that is a diameter in between the inside the piston diameter. And also they having intake valve and exhaust valve. Next figure we have discussed about the displacement volume. From that air is entered to the combustion chamber. Here the air will be placed on the cylinder bore. From the gas will be filled from TDC to BDC. That distance is covered for the displacement volume. After we should compress the air molecules, that the piston is moving from TDC to BDC to TDC. From this place is a clearance volume. Next, very important, based upon the diesel cycle, Otto cycle, the very important terminology is a compression ratio. To give direct compression with an actual engine, the ratio of specific volume V1 divided by V2 is taken to be same as the compression ratio of the actual engine. So generally from the petrol engine having the compression ratio value is 6 to 12. What is the meaning of 6 means? That is a 6% oxygen and 1% of the fuel is entered to the compression chamber. For example, we have to burn the 1 kg of fuel. We need require for 6 kg of oxygen is required. From generally the compression ratio is defined from V1 divided by V2. For example, from the you can see about the PV diagram of the Otto cycle. From here the V1 is a maximum volume and the V2 is a minimum volume. In between the distance from V1 to V2, that is a swept volume. After that from V1, V2 to from the pressure line, that is a clearance volume. So generally the defined from the compression ratio is V1 divided by V2. From here the compression, the V1, that is a total volume, is displaced from swept volume plus clearance volume divided by the clearance volume. From the diesel engine the compression ratio is almost 16 to 22. From 16% oxygen and 1% of fuel is entered to the combustion chamber. From here we can see about the schematic view of the single cylinder engine. From the single cylinder engine, that is a engine bore, intake manifold, exhaust manifold, inlet valve, exhaust valve, spark plug, connecting rod, crankshaft, gudgeon pin and cylinder floor. From here the piston is placed from the bottom dead center to top dead center. That area is called, that is a swept volume. From this figure we have to discuss about the mean effective pressure. From the compression ratio R of an engine is defined as R is equal to volume of maximum divided by volume of minimum. That the volume of maximum is defined as the volume of bottom dead center and V minimum is defined as the volume of top dead center. So from this figure we have to represent the PV diagram. So generally from the mean effective pressure is tell about the, here we have discussed about the total work done in this cycle. The work done will be done on the from the process of isentropic compression process and isentropic expansion process. The work done will be happen on only from the expansion and compression process. From the expansion having the more work compared to compression work. From the mean effective pressure is a fictitious pressure that if it is operated on the piston during the entire power stroke would produce the same amount of net work as that actual produced during the actual cycle. The mean effective pressure equal to represent by total work done divided by V max minus V minimum. Finally, we have written the work done per net work done divided by the V max minus V minimum. The mean effective pressure only done the total work done. The work done will be done from the isentropic compression process from, and also that is a isentropic expansion process. From the equally, that is piston is moving from bottom dead center to top dead center, the total work will be done from the process of bottom dead center to top dead center. And also we have to discuss about the important terminology used from the air standard cycle. First point is a air standard efficiency. Air standard efficiency is defined as the efficiency produced by the idle engine with air as a working medium. From here, air as a working medium. Second point is a mean effective pressure. It is defined as the average pressure acting on the piston during the entire power stroke that would produce the same amount of net work output during the actual cycle. It is also defined as the ratio of work done per cycle to swept volume. Next point is a clearance volume. It is the minimum volume occupied by the fluid in the cylinder. When the piston is reaches the top dead center position, it is denoted by the V suffix C. So from the cylinder, that is the piston is moving from bottom dead center to top dead center. The piston is reaches from the top dead center and from the distance of valve and the top dead center, that area is covered from the clearance volume. We have to denote the area name as a V suffix C. So next one is a swept volume. It is the volume swept by the piston in a stroke. It is denoted by the V suffix C. The V suffix S is equal to area into length. That is area is denoted for pi by 4 d square into L. Next point is cylinder volume. It is volume occupied by the fluid when the piston in bottom dead center and denoted by V. V is equal to V suffix S plus Vc. That cylinder volume is denoted by the total volume of the fluid will be occupied in the when the place of bottom dead center. Next one is compression ratio. As I told about you earlier, the compression ratio is the ratio of the volume of the cylinder to the clearance volume. R equal to V divided by V suffix C. V is the total volume. The total volume is V suffix C plus V suffix S. The V suffix C is denoted for clearance volume, and V suffix S is denoted for the swept volume divided by V suffix C. So based upon the Vc and the numerator and the denominator, it will be happen 1 plus V suffix S divided by V suffix C. Before we go to the Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, first of all, you should know about the small introduction about the Otto cycle PV diagram and the diesel cycle PV diagram. In this unit, we are discuss the meaning of standard cycle, heat supplied at a constant volume and heat supplied at a constant pressure. An internal combustion engine can be classified into three different cycles, and they are Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and a dual combustion cycle. The first figure is represented from the PV diagram from the Otto cycle. From the Otto cycle, that is a air is entered to the from the point 1. From we have to compress the air from process 1 and 2. That process name as a isentropic compression process. From the process 1 and 2, the pressure will be increasing from P1 and P2. Next process is a 2 to 3, that is a constant volume heat supplied process. From here the volume is V2 is equal to V3. Here the constant volume process. Generally we have tell about the Otto cycle, other name as a constant volume cycle. From here the pressure will be increasing from P2 to P3. Next cycle is a process 3 to 4, that is a isentropic expansion process. From the pressure will be decreasing from P3 to P4. Next final process is 4 to 1 is a constant volume heat rejection process. Red color curve is easily identified the process 4 to 1 and the process 3 to 2 to 3, that is a constant volume cycle. That is a other name of Otto cycle is name as a constant volume cycle. Next cycle from the, and also one more important point, from here the process isentropic compression and isentropic expansion should be equal distance will be covered from the process of Otto cycle. Next cycle is a diesel cycle. We have discussed about the PV diagram of the diesel cycle. From the process 1 and 2, that is a isentropic compression process. Here the pressure will be increasing from P1 to P2. Next process is that is a constant pressure heat supplied process. From here the heat will be supplied from the process 2 to 3, and also we have named as the diesel cycle, other name as a constant pressure cycle. From the process 2 to 3, that P2 is equal to P3. Next process is from the process 3 to 4, that is isentropic expansion process. Final process is from the 4 to 1, that is a constant volume heat rejection process. From here the pressure will be decreasing from P4 to P1. So generally from the diesel cycle is process 1 and 2 isentropic compression process. From process 2 to 3, that is a constant pressure heat supplied process. From the process 3 to 4, that is a isentropic expansion process. From the process 4 to 1, that is a constant volume heat rejection process. So from this slide, we have discussed about the dual combustion cycle. From the dual combustion cycle, from process 1, the air is working fluid, the air is entered to the combustion from the cylinder. From process 1 and 2, that is a isentropic compression process. From the process 2 to 3, that is a constant volume partially heat supplied process. From the process 3 to 4, that is a constant pressure partially heat supplied process. From the process 4 to 5, that is a isentropic expansion process. From the process 5 to 1, that is a constant volume heat rejection process. From the dual combustion cycle is combined from partially constant volume and partially constant pressure. That is the meaning of partially, that is an Otto cycle, and partially for the constant pressure, that is a diesel cycle. We have tell about the dual combustion cycle. So next slide we have discussed about the when the compression ratio is kept constant, what is the effect of cutoff ratio of the efficiency of the diesel cycle. So from the diesel cycle, from the petrol engine only we should follow the compression ratio, but in the diesel cycle we should very important two terminology. One is a compression ratio, another one is a cutoff ratio. What is the meaning of cutoff ratio? Means from the constant pressure process, from the point 3 the fuel will be cut off from the V3, from the volume V3 minus V2, that is a cutoff ratio. Some author they should follow from their rho is a compression ratio is denoted for R and the cutoff ratio is denoted for the rho. Next heading is the effect of regeneration in the efficiency of the Brayton cycle or Joule cycle. The Brayton cycle is other name of Joule cycle. The generally the Brayton cycle is based upon the gas turbine cycle. The efficiency of the Brayton cycle is to increase the regeneration. The large quantity of heat energy possessed by the exhaust gas leaving the turbine will be utilized to heat up the air leaving the compressor. This heating is done in a heat exchanger called a regenerator. We have to generally from the gas turbine cycle, that is a low pressure air is entered to the compressor. The compressor function is that low pressure air is compressed, it will be deliver the high pressure. The high pressure air is goes to the combustion chamber. From the combustion chamber we have to using the that is a natural gases, that is a fuel. After that flue gases is to inject the with the help of the nozzle to impinges to rotate the turbine, we get the useful shaft work. After that, after completion of the flue gases, again it goes to the cooler. After we have to cool the air, again it goes to the repeatedly the process will be happen from the closed cycle process. Again we have to increase the efficiency of the Brayton cycle, means we have to using the reheating cycle, regeneration cycle, intercooling cycle, and a combination of the above cycle. Before we have discussed about the ideal cycle, you know about the what is happen on the actual cycle from the air standard cycle. In the actual auto engine or diesel engine show marked deviation from the air standard cycle described above. From the PV diagram, the high speed diesel engine would be very similar in appearance. The main difference between the actual and theoretical cycle as follows. From the process of compression and expansion are not frictionless adiabatic process, a certain amount of friction is always present on the actual cycle. There is a considerable heat transfer between the gases and the cylinder wall. Next point, the combustion does not occur either at constant volume or at constant pressure. From the actual cycle condition, the combustion will be does not occur either constant volume or constant pressure process. And also they should follow the thermodynamic properties of the gases after combustion are different than those the fuel air mixture before combustion. The combustion should be maybe incompleted in the cycles. The specific heats of the working fields are not constant but increase with the temperature. The cylinder pressure during the exhaust process is very high compared to the atmosphere. As a result, more work has to be done by the piston on the gases to expel them out of the cylinder than work done by the gases on the piston during the intake stroke. This difference is work called pumping work is represented by the pumping loop shown by the hatched area. Note that this work is negative and represent loss of work called pumping losses. Finally, we have discussed about the actual cycle. Before we have discussed about the ideal cycle. From the ideal cycle, here there are only the air as a working fluid, but in the actual cycle we have to using for air and fuel molecules. First the students know about the what is going on the air standard cycle, then only what are all the difficulties to face it on the air standard cycle. After they should go to the corrected characteristics of fuel air mixtures. Next cycle is a fuel air cycle. From the fuel air cycle, that is a fuel will be entered for the homogeneously in the auto engine or gas engines. After we have to correct the what are the losses happening on the performance and heat transfer parameters. Finally we go to the actual cycle, but in the ideal cycle is happen on the deals with the perfect engine, but in the actual cycle is deals with the actual engine. So actual engine is very complicated compared to ideal cycle. Thank you.